Hey everybody, John and I are back, and the biggest debate for 2023 for me, John, is definitely whether this car is my car of the year. This, of course, is the M240i xDrive, one of my favorite two-door cars on the planet. This does everything, John. And you know what? John's not smiling. He doesn't have that grin in his face because he agrees with me. John has that grin in his face because up until now we haven't had it in South Africa. But ladies and gents, it's officially here. The all-new BMW M2 with its rugged chisel on the chin and its sexy chunky thighs.
It's like a well-oiled Italian shoe when you get in it and you just sit in those bucket seats and it just hugs the bum cheeks and the feel. Oh, I can't wait. I'm just too excited.
You know what I said? I said that smile didn't come from this car, though my smile does, because if in the real world, the question is, would you pay the extra 500,000 to take a package that is already absolutely mind-blowing? I want to talk about a couple of things, because from the get-go, you can see that these are two very different vehicles. The stance of the M vehicle, it's unashamedly an M car.
You got these wider tires, it's running 275s in the front, 19s and 20s on the back. Kind of turn in and the traction from the vehicle
grip you're getting
is just phenomenal, you know.
I must say the drive on the M2, the new M2, it is an arrow, it is a dart, it'll go wherever you want to take it to.
Changes direction really well.
Very well. It's such a nice car to drive, but having said that again, and this is the question that I want to ask, and it's the question that everyone is asking, is it worth the 500,000 Rand premium up ahead of this? Now, when you want performance, okay, here's the sleeper right here. This M240i, you're going to have no problem shaking off these robot-to-robot races. You've got all the power in the world. John, when you look at straight line performance, yes, you're going to say it's got xDrive, it's got four-wheel drive. Obviously, it's going to deliver the power via all four wheels and it's going to get off the line effortlessly. But it does a very similar 0 to 100 time.
Yeah, but does it get you excited, Ryan?
It does. If you said to me a 220 diesel, I'd go, sure. I agree with you. I agree with you. The 40s, as we know, in this specific model, the M240,
by the way.
Correct. There's nothing wrong with the powertrain. It's delivering more than I need, everything I need. And again, that question mark lurks. It's margins where you're looking at, and we chatted about this recently in the Porsche videos, when you're going from a GT3 to a GT3 RS. You know, the GT3 is quite adequate in terms of being a track machine, but on the other hand, the GTRS, well, it's slightly sportier. The ride I get from the M2, there's no soft controls. It's got a comfort setting, but it's not really comfortable. The bucket seats, well, you know, I've got this feeling like someone's scraping my backside the whole time. And when you get to your mid-40s, there's nothing you want. You don't want that kind of loving from a vehicle. You don't want the vehicle to grab both your bum cheeks and then fiddle with the berries in between. I'm not interested in that. I want comfort. I want comfortable leather seats that cushion my big curvy body and say, I'm going to take you to the shops. I'm going to take you to movie nights with the kids. Hey, if you want to be a little cheeky, you can put your foot down. I'll give you some performance. That over there is outright performance, day in, day out.
So coming back to the M2, so I'm in my early 40s. And it's all about the flash, it's all about the sound, it's all about the carbon fiber roof that glistens in the sunlight when you arrive at the coffee shop. The carbon fiber bucket seats when you open the door and you get out. The red M Sport stitching that we see running down here. I mean, I don't know, Ryan, I'm completely in love with this vehicle. I mean, just look at this. Look.
Oh, look how you squish. Look how you pull your core muscles in to get in there.
This is it. This is where we're at.
Look at him.
I feel like a fighter pilot in Top Gun 2.3 coming out with Jon Williams and Goose and Maverick. You can be Goose, I'll be Maverick. I mean,
all I can say is if you suffer with hemorrhoids or any other reasons why you need to go see a proctologist, this car is not for you. John clearly is pile free, hence him being able to be so comfortable behind the wheel of this car.
Rear wheel drive, M Sport, lots of power. That little burble in between gear shifts, it cleans everything. It even cleans your arteries to your heart.
Well, I'll tell you what, the proof is in the eating of the pudding, as they say. So we're going to get the owner of the M240i, a gentleman by the name of Mark Willoughby, to hop in the car with Jon Williams around the track here at Killarney to feel the car for himself, and then a real kind of a feedback I think is fair from somebody who owns and drives an M240 on a daily basis.
I agree with you, Ryan. The only way we're going to decide this is to get a neutral.
Right.
So Mark, tell me your love for BMW, where did that come from, and have you always been a BMW fan?
Yes, John, so yeah, I think since my early 20s, I've always been an M fan. So I started out, you know, with a with the basic E30s and moving through to the E92s, the E46s,
nice.
E36s. So being through the range. When the 240 came out, launched, the specs just seemed so impressive to me on paper. So I thought it'd be something different to get into an in-performance car, but this is the first time that they brought out one in terms of xDrive, in terms of what this car offers, the performance, the overall package. Absolutely love it. My daily driver, such a well-balanced car, John.
Yeah. And that's also now, obviously, a lot of the BMs, previously have been rear-wheel drive, and now you got the
100%.
four-wheel drive, which is just, I mean, it's just the handling and the sense of comfort when driving in tricky conditions.
Off the launch, in the corners, that xDrive system is just phenomenal.
It's amazing, and I mean, also you got the torque availability, which is just awesome.
100%.
And again, the look and feel of the cars have changed quite a lot. I quite like this new edgy type of styling that they've done with the BMs.
Yeah.
It's you want to stand out. You're spending a lot of money now on these cars, and I just think it's great that they're not going down this boring avenue. The power, it just puts the power down so nicely, and obviously with those 20-inch wheels, it has no problem with traction.
This thing sits on the bed.
This thing is proper. But jeez, what a car.
Mark, that smile just says it all. How was that riding the M2?
Yeah, there's nothing like an M car when it's on the track. Eh?
Yeah.
There's a certain feel, there's a certain drive, there's a certain sound that comes from the car. John tried to get the backside out a little bit in the back. We did go a little bit sideways a bit, but very exhilarating.
If I can get a photograph of this, the smile, right? The smile and fun factor. Exactly. John, you always talk about the fun factor. This car oozes fun factor.
It does, eh? Ryan, I tell you what, I mean, I get in the car, I don't know the car, we go around and it just handles, it drives so well, it's so precise, changing direction, braking into the corner, it's got confidence. And I mean, we weren't driving reckless or really fast, but just getting a feel for what it would be like on the road, but in a safer environment here at the racetrack, which is great, And I mean, like Mark said, obviously wanted to just push it a little bit so that Mark can get my vote, on the M2, so I can beat you. But I mean, look at the smile, we talk about it, the fun factors off the charts, on the limiter,
Absolutely.
no, it's proper.
Mark, you hop back into the M240i, it's got that xDrive, it's such a, and again I was reminded getting behind the wheel of your car again, how just special it is. It's a special place. I mean, BMW are really on the forefront of making products that are accessible to anybody and everybody. A lot of people might have asked questions, why would you put an M240i when you're bringing out an M2? And because there's such a lot of similarities between the two vehicles. And the question at the end of the day is, what are your purposes for the vehicle? If you're going to take it as an every single day car and you're not a family man, you're a family man. You're looking for things that outside of that M factor. But you've got the M factor. You've got almost every single thing in the package that is a 240i. Knowing what you know about the M2, would you still stick with the M240i, or would you think it's justifiable, the 500,000 Rand difference?
It is a big price jump, to be honest with you. I think, horses for courses. I think the M240 in terms of the overall package, as an everyday drive, the car is so well balanced. The feel, the look, the feel. When I want to have fun, I can have a bit of fun.
Yes.
The xDrive obviously saves you. You can throw it into any bin and you're going to come out. But putting this car on the track, an M car is always an M car.
It is so special. I'm literally, if I was hopping into either one of these cars, exactly. John, I know you're going to go M2 and you're going to push it home. And I can tell you what, you're not alone. There are so many enthusiasts who are looking at this M2 on the road going, wow, that is something special. It is a special car. Is it worth the 500,000 Rand increase over an M240i xDrive? Well, it's a question you're going to have to ask yourself. If that massive smile is worth 500,000 Rand, well, then you should look at investing. If you want the full car test and review, it is coming out in the October issue of Car Magazine, where we break down absolutely everything, the nuts and bolts as to what you need to know about the all-new BMW M2. Like, subscribe, and again, like I said, if I was in the receiving end of some keys to go home, or with either one of these two, I'd be a happy man.
100%.
You're not getting any of the keys.
Oh, back to the moped I go. I'm going back to my skateboard. Mark, thanks to Stack for your time today as well. And everybody, like I said, like, subscribe, and we'll be back again next week with some more great content.